decided against it. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for making time today. I truly appreciate your time. So I want to give you as much value, and on this beautiful Friday morning over here in Norway. First of all, I would like to say that the time could not be better for us to be visible online. The thing about Corona, the pandemic, it makes it such that we are not able to meet one another so much. And I personally miss all these networking sessions that I always go for. Every single month, I will go for this business networking sessions where you get to meet, and then you get to shake hands, you get to stand in front of others and shine and try to connect with people. It is really not the same trying to connect or engage people online and in person. It's much easier when you're able to see it in person, but this is a premise, and this makes it even more so important that we learn how to do this well, that we're still able to connect and engage even online. Yeah. So a little bit about myself. I'm not going to go very much into it, but I'm born and raised in Singapore, but I've lived in Norway for 11 years now. It hasn't been a very easy journey for me, but I believe very strongly that everything negative that happens to us, there is a silver lining, that the universe or God is teaching us something. I'd like to bring everyone to my 5th year of running the business, which was last year. So after looking for jobs for about 300 jobs, sending 300 applications and not able to find any single job, or I did go for some interviews but not able to find it, I was thrown into a situation whereby I made the decision I am going to go into entrepreneurship. It has been such a beautiful journey for me, which is why I am on a mission to get as many people to join me in becoming an entrepreneur. Yeah. So in my 5th year of being an entrepreneur, I had established a travel agency which had grown its brand. I've been published in online magazines. I have been invited to be on podcast. I have been invited to be on podcast. I have been on a Facebook Live with a radio DJ in Singapore, talking about the Northern Lights, and there were like about 4,000 persons who tuned in that evening. Imagine. I've been published in Singapore newspaper several times now, and the one that I'm most proud of was that when I launched my book about the Northern Lights, I was featured in the TV, as in news TV. Never in my whole life that I thought I could be news, that I was like the main news. Because when it comes to newspaper, it's slightly different. But you know, when you have a slot in the TV, news TV, that's something else. It was not the first time I was featured on TV. I was featured previously with some of my partners who are also doing Northern Lights. So it was just not totally on me. But this time around, November 2019, I was featured on TV, and it was just all about me. It's about me, a Singaporean who has been living in Norway for 11 years and is running several businesses. While everything looks very good, people don't know this, but just like everybody else, I'm normal in that sense, and that is I have a self-limiting belief that I thought I could only have one business. just one. That's what I thought. That for all my life, for the rest of my life, maybe I'll just have only one, because I thought I would not be able to focus on more than one, and I will not be able to manage more than one business. So one fine day, again, at a networking session, I was part of a global women club. A majority of us are from Europe, but it is branching out. And in fact, 2019, when I was in Singapore, the club opened its Singapore club that time in November. So my club director of Oslo, we were talking one day, and then she said, you know what, Surati, I seriously think you should be a public speaking coach. And I was like thinking, like, what? Me? Really? I really, my legs were a bit like shaking a little bit, because I never thought that I could be a coach, because I thought, you need to be an expert to be a coach. Eventually, I mean, she left the club, but before she left, she told all the members that Surati is gonna come up with this workshop. At that point of time, I was sitting in my seat. I'm like, this workshop, I had no clue what this workshop is gonna be like. What am I gonna say? I had absolutely no idea. But when she left, I thought, am I gonna do this or not? Am I really gonna do this or not? So I tracked back my steps. And I realized that I have been on stage since I was 7 years old. It was a poem recitation, and I won first prize. Moving on from there, year after year, up till I was 10 years old, I would participate in storytelling competition, year after year. And thanks to me and my mom, this collaboration, this partnership that I have with my mom, I won every year. And I will remember every single morning I'll be sitting on a stool, standing up and telling the story. And my mom would say, don't do that, it doesn't look good. Oh, you forgot this line, because you got to memorize. So every single day I would do that, but I enjoyed it. And I think the fact that I won made it a bit easier for me to move on. I also realized that in my career, I have been given many opportunities to present. And in my last organization, I was a designated one of the few, one of three persons who are designated to speak whenever we have a delegation from overseas or a delegation from the government. So I have given presentations to countless groups, volunteer groups, parents, students, members of management, members of staff, which is very different when you present to management and staff, and also to members of parliament, as in, ministers. So I've also facilitated discussions with them as well, looking at policy issues and so on. On top of that, I have also written speeches for CEOs. So I truly am really humbled by the opportunity and the trust that is being given by me. So not only have I been delivering, I have presentations, but I had also developed several speeches for the CEOs. The one that I'm most proud of is that a presentation that I was asked to develop for a minister, now a retired minister. His name is Professor Yaakob Ibrahim. So I did his speech as well as the full multimedia presentation with videos and newspaper articles and reports and stats and the whole works. And that particular presentation was delivered by him at a conference which was attended by the Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. So I'm truly humbled. And of course, I mean, while I am in Norway, I have given many business pitches as well, almost every month. And the last one that before COVID, it was in London, a conference in London where I delivered my pitch, talking about my business and talking about how an outdoor tour is able to boost a company's productivity. Yeah. So that's when I realized that this is on the cards for me. This is really on the cards for me, that I am meant to do this, and it is up to me to embrace it. That God has given me all these opportunities, not for nothing. And we are a custodian. We are custodian of the expertise that God has given us. And what are we doing with it? It is our job. It is the trust that the universe or God has given to us to make sure that this particular expertise is conveyed and such that it will impact others. Yeah. So this is my mission. Ever since last year, I accept that I am a badass storyteller. I'm a very good storyteller. I know that. I've come to accept it, that I am a very good storyteller. And that's very important. This is about alignment. That's number one. Number two, I also accept that my job, my role on earth, if there's one thing that I'm going to do till the day I die, and that is to help unleash the voice of everyone, especially women. My job is to unleash the voice, the potential of every single person, so that you too, or every single person out there, is able to impact others with what they know. So that's my mission, my life mission. Yeah. So that's me in a nutshell. Moving on. So this is me. This is me as a little girl. This was, I think I was 9 years old over here, and that is my beloved mother. She's my first public speaking coach. So many people might be thinking like, oh, is she a coach or something, your mother? No. She's not, she has never worked in an office. She's not an administrative person. She's a typical housewife. But what makes my mom different is that she is a tiger mom. You know what are tiger moms, right? For those of us in Asia, yeah, tiger moms are mothers who are going all out to make sure that your child does well. Okay, and she's strict. She's very disciplined, and I love her to death for that, because that's what made me the person that I am. Yeah, so mwah. All blessings to the old lady who is in Singapore right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about today the 5 misconceptions about public speaking, and I want to talk about context. Okay, what context is this going to be? The 5 misconceptions. It is applicable if you are doing a presentation for corporate. It is applicable, these 5 misconceptions. Okay, you can apply them. It is applicable if, let's say, you are doing a public, if you are doing a business speech, it is applicable. It is also applicable if you are basically addressing your family members during Christmas party. It's also applicable. All right, so I just want to put it out there. That's the context we're talking about here. I know that some people are telling me, you know what, Surati, Christmas is coming. Some people are very nervous because, you know, they have to come out and speak a little bit. Previously, when we have Christmas party in the office, you know, you can just hide here behind someone, hide behind a pillar or something, and don't have to speak. However, now it's going to be online, and some Christmas parties are going to be on Zoom. That means I cannot escape, you know, I have to say something. So so what I'm going to talk about today, about the 5 misconceptions about public speaking, is applicable to any kind of delivery that you're looking at. All right, let's start. First misconception: public speaking has nothing to do with the mind. It has everything to do with the heart. Okay, and that's the plain truth. It is not about connecting or impressing people mentally. Okay, yes, you can put up your stats. I have done that too. You can put up the trend analysis. You can put up the reports. But at the end of the day, your main objective is not to connect with them mentally. No. The main objective is to connect with them at the heart. Okay? And this is marketing 101, I will say. Everything that we do in marketing has to do with emotions. If it doesn't move you, that means the marketing is not good. Okay? So even if, let's say, I were to be presenting stats, some trends, very alarming trends about the community to a minister, for example, he will look at it and from a mental point of view first, and then it will tug his heart and he will say, oh my God, I got to do something. Our community is suffering. Heart, emotions. And that's when he's going to say, okay, let's do something about this. This is a rising trend. We have to help people. Heart. It's always heart. Okay. So if you're coming from a point of view that, oh, I have to come up with the best information, a lot of information, not true. Okay, it is not, I'm moving on to the next one. It is not about information, and especially not information for information's sake. So you have people putting up slides, like a very complicated slide, with lots of arrows, very complicated tables, and people have to squint their eyes to see because the words are so small. That's a misconception. That's another misconception. Okay. It's not about information. It's about ideas. It's about creating awareness. And the whole purpose of the awareness and these ideas is to trigger an action. Okay, like I said, you can start with the mind. It has to go through the heart. If it doesn't go through the heart, there's no action. When you're compelled to do something, then it works. All right. So it applies even for when you're pitching your business, right? So the number one rule. So I'm going to share with you my important tips right now already. Okay. Number one rule when you are speaking about a business, how do you start? You got to start with the problem. You got to start with the issues that your potential clients are facing. Start with the issues. Start with the problems, because then you will know that you are hitting them in the heart. You want your potential clients to say, she understands me. She's talking about me right now. She really knows what I am feeling. Okay, so that's what it's about. So the objective, most of us don't understand what is the objective of public speaking. The objective is to hit the heart and then being able to trigger an action. Okay, so that's the objective. And if you understand this, you will definitely shift the way you deliver your content. All right. Then you will move away. You will move away from all those very, very nasty slides that make people feel confused. Okay. The rule of thumb is this for me. If people are confused, I'm sorry. That means you're not doing a good job. Okay. The whole point is to make people feel very comfortable and they understand. Very quickly, I'm reminded of a very funny story, true story. While I was in Singapore, the company was going through a restructuring. So all the officers, including myself, we were divided into like about 8 teams. And these teams are cross-departmental teams. Yeah, so every team will look into a particular area. It could be financial, research, it could be staff, welfare, things like that. So one day, one person was supposed to present, and she, well, if I can say so, everyone knows that she likes to make it sound like, this information is very complex, because she's in the research department. It's very complex. Oh, when I'm like, dear me, in human resource, I'm trying to understand, oh, you mean this? No, it's more than that. When I'm trying to paraphrase, like, oh, maybe you mean this. No, it's even more complicated than that. Okay, so one day she had to present to the CEO. She went to the second slide and it was so, oh my God, I still remember that slide. It was so complicated, a very massive diagram. She was only on the second slide. the CEO said, stop, you're not continuing to present anymore. Go back, come back next week with the second slide again. So the next group has to come in, to present. So that was funny, and that stays in my mind, because if you're making people confused, you're off track, baby. All right. Next one, misconception number 3, and this is very, very important. Okay, I heard it on Mind Valley by one author, and he says, "You think your life is about you? It's not. It is not about you. Your life is about the lives of others that you are going to touch with your message, with your expertise." When I heard that, everyone, I just broke down. I felt so small. The bunch of us, or many of us business owners, we feel like, oh, we are running our business, getting all the branding together, getting all the limelight. And we thought that, okay, this is about me trying to make the money. It is not. Okay, sure, we need to make money to stay afloat. We need to live, yes. But our businesses are actually a vehicle to help others, to impact others, right? And even my travel agency, the whole point is to make people happy. So that's how I impact the others. And the Northern Lights experience is a spiritual one. It makes people feel closer to God, if I can say so. People who are even not very God conscious, when they see the Northern Lights, they tend to say, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God!" They cannot believe it. Yeah. So I'm gonna reiterate this again. Your presentation, your public speaking, your business, your work, your job, it is not about you. The spotlight is on you, but it is not about you. It is about the lives of others that you are supposed to touch. So look at it this way, that you are but a vessel, that something is supposed to go through you. Okay? And this is very much in line with my personal mission that I talked about just now. That this is my life mission. That my job is to unleash the potential of many others who are struggling to convey their message, so that once that message comes out, they can in turn impact others. All right. So I'm going to tell you what my one of my coaches will always say to us: get over yourself. Just get over yourself and your prima donna status or prima donna thoughts. Just get over yourself, get out of the way for yourself, and go do the work. Okay? When you understand this point, I tell you, you are not going to step back. Okay? When you understand the reason why I was given the position to present to my members of staff. Okay? Why was I given the opportunity to present to parents, to members of parliament, to students? All of that is leading to something. And all this, not information, the aha moment is supposed to run through me and to impact the others, so that they can be triggered and they can take action. All right? So once again, the spotlight is on you. Yes, the spotlight is on you. But you know what? Don't be nervous. Don't be if you are nervous, I totally understand. If you're nervous because you're afraid you're going to be judged, I totally get that. But remember, it's the people are waiting to hear your message. I want to just talk about, share a very quick story. Okay, very, very quickly. There is a Cherokee story whereby a grandson asked a grandfather, I saw 2 wolves. One wolf is greedy, nasty, selfish. This wolf wants harm to others. And then there's another wolf. This wolf is kind. and wants to make an impact to the world. This wolf is generous. This wolf only says positive things. This wolf only wants to uplift others. And these two wolves were fighting. So, they were fighting. So when so in the end, the grandson said, um, who won this fight? Who won this fight between these two wolves? And the grandfather says, the wolf that won is the one that you feed. So which wolf are you feeding? Are you feeding the wolf that is going to criticize you? And that makes you want to step back and not want to deliver your message? Or are you delivering? Or are you serving? Or are you feeding the good wolf? Because the good wolf is out there, and the good wolf is kind. Yeah? So think about that. I love that story. Next misconception. This is a very, very typical misconception. In the olden days, where the masculine energy is stronger in the whole world, okay? I would say that. Think about all those dictators. They're all men, mostly. And even, I'm not going to say that because they're men, then they have masculine energy. Every one of us, we have both energies. We have the masculine and the feminine energy. So for the longest time, the way business have been run, it has been run via the masculine energy. That means when people introduce themselves, you will say, hi, I have been in business for over 20 years now. I have worked with over 10 companies and thousands of clients. They have all made, each of them, 1 million turnover, so on and so forth. For the longest time, it's about coming up front and introducing yourself like as if you are Superman. Okay? The whole purpose was actually, the introduction was to show that you are the macho one, you are the powerful one, and you are the confident one. The thinking behind that is that if you show others that you are confident, you're powerful, it will go back and it will make you feel that way. However, social media has changed this. Social media has totally, radically shifted how communication is conveyed. Okay, I want to say that the future is feminine, because the way we convey information now, we start with a vulnerable story. Feminine energy has to do with engagement, connection, collaboration. Okay, on the other hand, masculine energy has to do with everybody listening to you. I'm the only one who's leading. It's a one-man show. Everybody has to no other people's opinion is important. Only my opinion is important. Sounds familiar? Sounds like a certain figure in the world. Yeah. But here's the thing: the whole world has changed. Not just through social media, but the business world has evolved. And the way everyone is introducing themselves right now is with a vulnerable story. If you notice, how did I introduce myself? I talked about how I had my self-limiting belief that I thought I could only have one business. I wasn't confident at all. And when the director told me you should be a coach, I'm like, who am I to be a coach? The last thing I want is to have an imposter syndrome and pretending to be a coach when actually I'm not. So the world has changed. And this tactic, this strategy of introducing yourself with a vulnerable story, it is not just done by women. Okay, I have seen so many men now, either online or on the stage, introducing themselves with a vulnerable story. And so this is the other misconception, that you're supposed to come out and looking like Superman. No. Be vulnerable, connect with people, because that's how we engage. That's how we connect with one another. When we are talking about a vulnerable story, that's where we're not looking for sympathy, but we're looking for a connection where people say, I hear you, sister. I get what you're saying. Okay, so this is another misconception, that you're supposed to be very braggy, but really on the contrary, it's not. The strategy when you're introducing yourself, you should be starting with a vulnerable story. Misconception number 5. This is more applicable to those who run businesses. But if you don't, I personally think that it is just as important for you to make an offer. Okay, misconception number 5 is that a call to action is not important. So if you're a business person, you know what is a call to action. Basically, it means after you pitch or talk about your business, you are supposed to make an offer. You're supposed to tell people, this is what I'm offering, whether you want to come on board or not, so on and so forth. Okay, here's the plain truth. An offer is actually conveying this point. If I am making an offer, I am saying, I believe in you and I'd like to help you in your transformation. And let me get you there, from here to there. Okay, so a lot of people are shy to offer their services. A lot of people are shy to offer their products. Maybe some of you have a certain kind of supplements that can really help people to lose weight, and you have seen the result. It has worked very well. So many people have benefited from there. And when you know someone who really could use that help, you shy away. Okay, you say, no, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Another time. If you look at it as you are actually offering value, you are helping that person, you will never be hesitating to make an offer. So a call to action is super important, because you want to help the person moving forward. If a person has come to you and told you about the problems, or you address a group and they have talked about the problems, or you have put out the issues that are commonly faced by your target audience, they have opened up their hearts to you. Doesn't mean that they have to talk about it. The fact that they're listening to you, they are there because there is a problem. Otherwise, they don't come to you, right? They are not here. They're not there for your webinar because they are doing well, because they have an issue that they want to solve. So if you go away, move from the table without offering something, you're trying to say that, no, it's okay, thank you for spending the time and opening your heart to me. All right, let's move on. Something is hanging there. Okay, so remember, a call to action is a communication, a form of communication to others that, hey, I can help you. Let me get you there. Yes, thank you so much for attending today. All of you who have attended today, I am going to give you an ebook. This is my ebook, the one that I've been talking about. This is my ebook about the Northern Lights, talking about how to find the Northern Lights. So everyone here is going to get it over email. You can download it. It's about 80 pages. I do sell my ebook, but I'm going to give you for free for those who attend. Thank you so much for watching the webinar. I hope you've gathered much insights from my 5 misconceptions of public speaking. As I've shared earlier on, a big part or important part of a presentation or a business speech is a call to action. Why? Because it is the highest expression of love from a coach, for example, to a client. So this is it. This is my extension of love to you, because I am invested and I'm keen to help you to transform in terms of your journey towards being a magnetic speaker. Yes, I can feel that there is a powerful speaker waiting to come out from you right now. But before that, let's get on to the offer. So what I'm going to offer today is a 3-hour public speaking workshop for introverts. And even if, let's say, you're not an introvert, don't worry. This is something for you too. This is a workshop that I have catered to two groups of people. One, the entrepreneurs. One of the most common issues that the entrepreneurs face right now, or most entrepreneurs face, is not being able to pitch the business as well. They don't know what to say, they don't know how to say it, and they also have a problem in connecting and engaging the clients. So I have a 5-part pitch formula. Okay, so it's called the 5-part pitch formula, which I use myself, which I have developed based on all that I've learned and tried and tested. And this formula has actually helped a lot of my clients. The other one that is a very big issue faced by entrepreneurs is how to sell without being salesy. This idea of being like a salesman, being pushy, being seen like as if they have a hidden agenda. How can you prevent that? What can you do such that you are in flow and that you are in a mode of serving, a total position of servitude? How can you do that? So I'm going to talk about these two areas definitely at the workshop. And for the executives who come for this workshop, I think for them, they usually want to find out how to deliver killer presentations. In my earlier introduction, I have shared with you that I have presented countless of presentations to various groups of people. So I am in a very good position to help you to really present and connect with your audience and make them take action as well. Right. The other one that most executives struggle with: how do you make the first impressions, a really good first impression, either at meetings or especially at meetings whereby you're going to meet new clients or meet new partners? How do you ensure a great first impression? So we're going to talk about that at this workshop. But at the ground layer, the three most important things that all public speakers, all presenters should know is that: number one, how to manage your nervousness. The nerves prevent us from moving forward. The nerves prevent us from doing a good job. But there's a way of managing it. So I'm going to talk about that. I usually share a couple because some of you will not be able to do a few, some of you will not be able to do that. So I will share a few things that you can do to manage the nervousness. The other one is confidence. Can you buy confidence? How much, if you can buy it, how much does it cost? I bet it's priceless. So how can we be more confident? So I'm going to talk about that as well at the workshop. And the other things: how to hold people's attention, how to engage them, how to connect them. And especially right now where we are not really able to convene so much, not able to have networking meetings so much, we have to engage with people online. And there is a particular skill how you can do this. I'm going to talk about that as well. Having said that, people, a workshop is usually where you get to be more hands-on. So at this particular workshop, what I really would love is if you come with your questions. Maybe these are not the questions that you want to know. Maybe you have some other questions that you're burning to ask. So bring them, and I will be more than happy to address the questions. So I will be coming with some content, but I will be more happy if you come in and contribute with your questions so that we can shape this workshop such that it's catered to you. We live in a world right now where we are very much spectators. We receive and take in, but now is not the time for that. For this workshop, I want you to be active. I want you to be more hands-on and take charge of your learning experience. Okay, so come with questions, and we'll slay them. We'll slay them one by one. All right, shall we do that? So before I move on and talk about the workshop, I want to just share with you about my clients. Yes, these are some of my client reviews. Let's talk about Vidmante first. Vidmante Solo. She's a grief management coach. Of all my clients, I believe Vidmante is one of those, a number of them who had really gone all out. They got what they needed. They managed to unleash and unlock this voice in them, and being empowered, they go all out and just slay it out there. So many of my clients are doing that. However, I must say that one of those clients that have really gone very far is with Mante Solo. I met her just before the lockdown in March. This was like 2 days before the lockdown in Norway. And we were at a live networking meeting. And Vidmati came across to me as a very shy person, very soft spoken. She was harnessing a very heavy burden um, emotionally for about 12 years. And on my course, she gained the courage to talk about it. Yeah. So I must say I'm truly humbled by this. I'm truly humbled that she decided to begin to talk about this very heavy topic that has been hampering um, her growth for so long. So during my course, she had this inspiration to talk about um, this heavy and painful experience. And after the course, we were, asked, well, my students were asked to think about a project, think about something big that you want to do now that you've almost come to the end of the course. And what Vimante has decided to do was to go all out to talk about the pain that she has been bearing for so long. She did it on lots and lots of Facebook Lives in her own native language, even though my course was in English. And what happened today is that she has now been published in 2 magazines, and she has also been headhunted by another coach, and they've had a collaboration so far, and they're just moving forward to reach out to clients who have the same issues. So she is a grief management coach. Yes, she is helping people to manage or address the demise or the passing of a child. So that's Vimante for you. Freya Talun Fossen. Yes, so Freya came to my 3-hour workshop, just like the one that I'm offering. And what Freya was struggling with is the pitch. She's not sure how to craft her pitch. So after the workshop, Freya said, "You made it feel easy." And I suddenly felt like, hell yes, of course I can do this. So I'm really very happy. And then I have Dr. Marie Gunestam, a good friend of mine. She says, Surati has tons of experience that she shares generously. She comes from the heart, and therefore she is the right woman to teach you how to preach from the heart. By the way, my company is called Preach from Your Heart. Next, we also have Cecil Albertson. Cecil has a fear of public speaking. And after she attended my course, I challenged her to do a testimonial. She has never done it before, but because she has decided to step up, there's no way, after learning what she has learned, there's no way she's going to step back and be frightened again, she said. And so she took the challenge and did this testimonial. Let's hear it.
Hi there, I'm here at Suriati's workshop, Kill It at Public Speaking, and I just had an amazing workshop going through all the structure and the phases in a speech. I didn't know anything about it because I hardly been on stage, and I was like an open book when I got here. And the value I got out of this workshop, just for an hour, I have now the structure and I know how to practice and to become a better speaker. And I'm so grateful for Sira teaching me this. And I have a notebook this fall, and I'm going to go home and practice, because practice makes perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes. Next, we have Francesca. Francesca is actually my very first client. Let's hear what Francesca says.
Hi, I just had my prize that I won at a meeting, public speaking coaching from Suryati, and it was great. She's helped me overcome my fears and given me pointers of what to do. And then I wrote my pitch and she helped me with that. And then I'm very comfortable with that. And I'm going to try it tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes. So what happened with Francesca was that we both were attending a networking meeting, and Francesca pitched, based on what we've discussed, and she was so surprised. I wasn't surprised. She was surprised that the pitch was so well received. Her call to action was to get people to come to the booth and just talk to her, so that she can present her products, the products that has helped her in her health. And we did it such that we did not have to reveal what was the product. We basically wanted people to come. By crafting the pitch in a certain way, we created high level of curiosity, such that we didn't have to reveal anything. After we created that curiosity, we just invited people to come, and it worked. Interestingly, what happened was that the director of the meeting, director of the club, came after Francesca spoke, and she said, aren't you now dying to know what the product was? What was the product that helped Francesca in her health? So that it worked. So we were both truly happy. Francesca was really happy with the results from the pitch. Yes. So now it's time for you to take action, people. The I Start Now workshop is the value of the course, or the workshop is 1,000 krona, which is about 100 euros. But I have reduced it to 330 kronas. However, for the purpose, which is about 30 euros. However, because you are here and because of Corona, because I know it's the end of the year, everyone's raring to improve themselves. And yet, we are all a little hampered, a little bit concerned. It's the end of the year, Christmas is coming, and yet a lot of people are not having the amount of money that we usually have. And because of that, I want to offer my special offer just for you who has attended this webinar. A price of 15 euros only. Yes, so if let's say you're gonna be brought to my website in a short while, just go on and click purchase. It's called I Want This. Go and click that and key in the coupon code, which is I Start Now euros 15. All right. If by any chance the system did not work in our favor, and you were not brought to my website, just go to my website, which is here, suryatisupani.com, and then you'll be brought into the sales page. All right. So go on and do yourself this big favor and get started on your transformation. I totally understand that a lot of entrepreneurs right now are worried. Where am I going to get my money? How is it going to be in 2021? Things have not gone the way it's supposed to be this year. And I am now forced to pivot. I need to look at things online now, but I have no clue. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to deliver my message. Let's work on that, people. And to all those executives who's also worried that if, let's say, they don't perform well at work, their job is on the line. So I understand there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of concerns, and we are living in unprecedented times right now. So radical times calls for radical movements and radical actions. So this is my offer to you. Coupon code. I start now, euro 15. So you're only going to be paying euros 15, which is like about 150 kroner, 160 kroners. All right. Okay, guys, please take the action. Go ahead and take this webinar as a wake-up call to you to move forward. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye.